Alright guys, we got a pretty simple cut for you today. We're going to start off with the number 3 closed, going straight up into the hair on top. We're just going to blend right into that. Then we'll come in after that with a number 2 and get the whole side down to a 2 before starting on our taper. Now that the side's consistent, we'll come in and start our first guideline. This is with the Slimline Pro. We're just going to start our bald guideline, bald everything out underneath. Then we can come in with the shaver and get all that stubble off there. And then we'll start our first step. Our first step will be done with the lever all the way open. We'll go up about 3/4 of an inch. Then immediately we'll start to work that bottom guideline out. We punched it in with the Slimline, so we'll start to take it out with the Slimline. Then our next step will be the clipper all the way closed, followed by the clipper halfway open, halfway up into that section. Next up, our next guideline will be a 1 guard all the way open. We'll go up the same amount, about 3/4 of an inch. Immediately after that, we'll close that one up and start to take that bottom guideline out. It will not remove that guideline all the way, but this half guard halfway open will be the magic eraser that will take that line all the way out. After that, we know the side is a number 2. So to connect the number 1 to the number 2, the 1.5, we'll take this last line out. Then we can just work our way back down and polish it up. You guys can see a little bit of darkness where that half guard was. It didn't all the way take it out. So now that I'm all the way done with my steps, I will work my way back down and make sure I'm happy with this side before we move on. Now we can edge up the C cup. We don't want to push it back very much, just a nice, natural, sharp curve. Then we can move on to the other side. I'm going to time lapse this side pretty fast and we will get together on the back. Now if you guys paid attention to my last video, I will be dropping Monday and Thursday from now on. I was dropping 3 videos a week, but I was honestly starting to get burnt out, guys. So we're gonna drop it down to 2 a week, but I want you guys to leave me some feedback down below. Let me know what type of content you wanna see, if you wanna see some vlogs or more of my shop, or more of any of my personal stuff. I just wanna make sure I'm giving you guys the content that you want. So you guys leave me some feedback down below and let me know what that is. Now on the back, we'll do the same steps. So this is a number 3. We're blending right into the top. Then immediately after that, we will come in with a number 2 and cut most of the side down to a number 2 before coming in at the bottom and doing our taper. Now we'll start off with our slim lines with the bald guideline, just like the sides. Go ahead and bald all that out, come in with the shaver, and then we can start our first step. Now on the back, we have a lot more room to work with. So this section, the open section, is probably gonna end up being about 1 inch tall, at least 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch. I'm gonna give myself plenty of room to work with. We will immediately start with the slim lines at the bottom of this section. Again, guys, we're just breaking this section down. We'll do slim lines at the bottom. That is our shortest length. Then we'll work our way up. So after the slim lines, we'll come in with the clipper closed. Above that, we'll have the clipper halfway open, halfway into this section. And the beginning of our guideline was done with the lever all the way open. Our next guideline will be done with a 1 guard all the way open. Same size step, guys. We want to go with about 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch, make a nice clean guideline. And I went ahead and started with the 1.5. Go ahead and connect this to the rest of the length here, leaving just 1 guideline to deal with. So this is the 1.5 guard. We're connecting to the 2 above it. Then we can just work our way straight back down and finish up this haircut. So now the one guard is all the way closed. We'll start to lighten up that line. If there's anything left, we'll come in with the half guard, and that should take that line out. Then of course we can work through it again and polish it up, fine tune it until we're happy with it. We'll move on to the lineup and cut the top, and we'll be done. Now we'll come in and do a line around the ears. We will use our trimmer to get a nice straight line down the back of the neck. Once we get up to the ear, we want to put our middle finger, as you can see, on his face. I'm just going to pivot the trimmer around his ear and get a nice perfect circle around the ear. Then I usually invert the trimmer and scoop up against the line to make sure I have all the hair next to that line, make sure that it's as sharp as possible. Now moving on the top, I'm going to go ahead and saturate the hair. We'll come in here. I am going to take some length off first just because he has so much hair. I'm going to go ahead and take some length off, and then we'll come in and do a textured point cut. So we're taking off about 3/4 of an inch right now, making sure it's all nice and even. And then I will come one pass through again, and we will add some texture. So you guys can see now I'm going to leave the hair 3/4 of an inch hanging out of my fingers. That will allow me to come in with my shears and do a nice little point cut. Just going to add a little bit of texture to this so when he styles it, he gets a little bit of a messy look. He's going to wear it up and a little bit messy. So we're just going to come through, finish up this texture. We'll add some product and you guys can see the finished result. Alright guys, so there's the before, super grown out. You can tell he did not get in before Christmas, so he was long overdue. And there's a finished product, not much off the top. This is a 2 on the sides with a taper on the sides and back. Hope you guys liked this video. Smash that like button if you liked it. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think. Make sure you subscribe and turn on that bell so you guys don't miss any content from me. And I'll catch you guys next time.